Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Monday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Brett Pritchard. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Another new week begins, and we're still talking about an undefeated Auburn basketball team as they took down the Georgia Bulldogs. A lot of people thought Georgia would be the biggest test for Auburn this year. If that's the case, then Auburn handled it extremely well as they won by 22 at home in a game that was originally scheduled for 5 o'clock, had to be moved up till 11 a.m. Wondered if that would affect the crowd. It did not. Wondered if that would affect the way Auburn played. It did not. Auburn defeats the Bulldogs 82-60 in maybe one of the more impressive games of the year so far as they move to 15-0 now. I don't know if the rankings have come out yet, but one would assume they'd move up to number 4 with Kansas losing, who was ahead of them. Kansas losing
They
to
should have
Baylor.
come out. I haven't seen the notification. They usually, do it right before our show.
I looked, but I couldn't find it.
Maybe dragging a little bit this morning.
Maybe so. We'll break down that game a little bit. Love to know what your thoughts are about it, about this team right now. Just another impressive performance. Bruce Pearl continues to amaze with where he has taken this Auburn basketball program. A lot of people around the country talking about Auburn, a legitimate Final Four contender, maybe national championship contender, if you can believe that. I mean, that's where we are right now. Auburn moves up to number 4,
yep.
So in the country. They will travel Wednesday night to Tuscaloosa to take on a resurgent Alabama basketball program as they fell to Kentucky and Lexington over the weekend, but played very well. You can tell that they are a much improved team. They shoot the ball extremely well. Bruce Pearl talked about that a little bit in some of the things he had said after the game. The national championship will be played tonight, LSU and Clemson at long last. Good grief, it's been a while. LSU, I think, has played one game in 40 days. 40 days. So will Rust be involved in this for these two teams? We'll see.
It's too long. I mean, it is too long. I mean, I know it's all strategic and it's all for money, but, a lot of people I see now, with Alabama and Auburn been in the national championship hunt the last 10 years, it's in your state, you hear about it, but literally, man, and then we do sports shows, it's been out of sight, out of mind. I mean, we've been doing other things, and the nation, you can kind of see where other pockets of the country, if you don't have a team in it, man, it's kind of forgotten. Yeah. I mean, this thing is, we're still in it because of the SEC, but it's kind of like, man, that's old news now. I mean, people moved on to basketball season and doing things like that, and I think it does kind of let you know that if you don't have a dog in the fight, really, you kind of do make, we'll all watch it, of course, but yeah. I haven't been glued to the interviews and the practices and all that kind of stuff like we would if Alabama or Auburn were in it.
Well, I think I was kind of burned out on it. I mean, I heard so much about it leading up. In every single bowl game, they would talk about it at halftime. Yeah. They talk about it during the game. And now, I mean, is it not here already? And now there's been this big, long gap in between the last bowl game, meaningful one.
Well, let me just go ahead since I've got a fan club out there with Flanagan. And I was hit on Twitter a good bit this weekend, and rightfully so. And Tim starts off saying, "All right, Brett, give Flanagan some love." I'm gonna give Flanagan some love. He ended up with 12 points. Really was the spark in the first half for this team. They did so much he did so much as far as being able to hit timely shots and getting in there and defending, and really defended Edwards well, and got some rebounds, and really became the player, Andy, you've been talking about for a long time.
Okay.
And I said, look, maybe he heard the Maybe he heard me. Maybe he heard the noise out here and said, look, I got to step it up. But I told you deep down, I said, I hope the kid turns it around and scores and becomes the best player on the team. I wasn't wishing him wrong. I just, to that point, he stumbled around, he fell down and turned the ball over and couldn't get good minutes and fouled everybody and shot looked bad and everything else. And it was like, man, he just is not. But he's always played defense well. I do give him credit there. So, Tim, I'm going to start off by saying, yes, Flanagan deserves a lot of credit for the win against Georgia. He was the mainstay in the first half.
He did. He had his best game, certainly, as an Auburn Tiger, and did shoot the ball and made 2 threes. That was one of the things that we haven't seen him do very well. He shot the ball from the outside.
He was even shot.
Yeah, really. But he was active on the boards. Like you mentioned, 6 rebounds for him. Look, if Auburn's getting double digits out of Allen Flanagan, they're going to be hard to beat. I
also can say pump the brakes a little bit.
I'm not saying you're going to get this every time. I'm just saying if you have guys like this stepping up,
sure,
then Auburn's going to be a problem for a lot of people. So, it was good. It was good to see him have a good game.
McLemore too. McLemore's been down at the bottom of your stat list for the last couple of weeks, and now all of a sudden he puts up double digits. Kind of got going. His dunk really sparked Auburn in the first half. It was another slow start. Another shooting below 20% start for Auburn, and then all of a sudden he mans up, makes a play, and it kind of ignited the building. So it's like Auburn has to have something like that to happen before they wake up. It's just they come into these games slow, and I've said this, and I hope I'm wrong. It is going to be extremely difficult Wednesday in that environment Auburn's going into, with it being their biggest rival. They know that Auburn's got a winning streak going. They know that they're number 4 in the country. It is their Final Four. Let's just be honest about it. I don't know that there's been a bigger game. I know Kentucky's come in there highly ranked before, but with Auburn coming in as highly ranked as they are, Alabama would love nothing. Everybody that can get in that arena that's got Alabama colors on will be in there, and they'll be hollering from the start. So Auburn can ill afford to get down 17-6 like they did to Mississippi State. And I think it'll boil down to, I know we'll break down the Georgia game, but I think it'll boil down to, Alabama shoots the ball a lot. They've scored 90-plus points in 4 out of their last 5 games. They shoot a ton of threes. If they're hot outside, they're going to be hard to beat. So I know we'll defend them well. We only give up 60-something points per game. They give up about 78 points a game. So the key will be the defense, but can't leave them wide open outside. If Auburn defends them well and they're cold from outside or they're just below average, I think Auburn will win the basketball game.
Yeah, Tom Crane made an interesting point after the game. He talked about how much how impressed he was with Auburn, but he talked about their maturity and talked about the way they play. But he said them struggling on offense doesn't affect their defense. He said that severely affected our defense and our rebounding. Georgia's it did, because obviously Anthony Edwards just had a nightmare of the first half.
Game.
Could not hit a free throw to save his life.
He ended up with what, 18?
He ended up with 18. He ended up leading them to score them, but he was 4 of 11 from the free throw line.
But they were points too low.
Oh, they were just scrap points at the end.
Yeah.
When, the game was out of hand. But that's one thing. Auburn, they don't panic. They are, even when things are not going well on the offensive end, they continue to play defense. It doesn't affect the way they hustle on the defensive end. So it's just I guess I come into this season, I really didn't think about this being a real veteran, grizzly kind of mature team. But that's really what they are. You think about it. Austin Wiley, Purifoy, Dowdy, McCormick, McLemore. They are that team, which is rare in college basketball when you have this much experience on the floor.
Well, the heart of what they have on the floor is veterans. I know there's a lot of freshmen mixed in with them as well, but Okoro don't play like a freshman. That helps as well. But the rest of the guys kind of feed off the calmness of that. Dowdy even plays the game like he's calm all the time. Everything's kind of, real fluid, and, even his jump shots are calculated, and you're right. They don't get upset. They get down 17-6 to Mississippi State, and they're like, it's all right. We're gonna get back in this thing. And it's playing in an Elite Eight game against Kentucky. It's playing in the Final Four in front of that many people. Not many teams get an opportunity to do that. They've got all that under their belt. So going into Coleman Coliseum, although it's going to be a great environment for Alabama and it'll be raucous, it's not going to really be anything different for this Auburn team that they hadn't already played in front of or more. So they've been in big arenas. They've been in big settings with a lot of fans, and where most of them are stacked against them. So I think they just take that as with a grain of salt and move on. But they remind me a lot of Virginia last year. They just play relentless defense. When you're holding somebody to 66 points a game, that's what you're averaging. And you look up, and I remember saying this numerous times last year when I'd kind of poked fun at Virginia that ended up winning the national championship. It'd be 7 minutes to go in the first half. It'd be 12-10. I'm like, What in the world is going? How can that team? Well, I looked up with 8 minutes to go in the first half, and it was like 16-16 Saturday. So that's a very similar style of what Virginia played last year.
And it's a totally different style than Auburn played last year.
It is totally different, and
you're winning the same way.
And it really gives fits to the other team. Especially, we saw it give Auburn fits. Although they came back and had a chance to win the Final Four game against Virginia, they get you in their style of play. And Alabama's a running team like Auburn was much last year. And when you slow it down and do things like that, it frustrates you, especially when you're limited in possessions. If you're not hitting your shots, you're not getting very many possessions, and it really frustrates you.
It definitely does at that. We're brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center with 10 locations around Central Alabama. For all your building supply needs, home decor tools, whatever it might be, go and check out Russell Do-It Center. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Start the new year off with something new during the Start Something New sales event at Bice Motors. Lease a 2019 Dodge Challenger SXT for $319 a month with 0 down. 2020 Ram Bighorn Crew Cab for $349 a month. 2020 Jeep Gladiator for $329 a month. And to honor our first responders, get an additional $500 rebate.
Come see us in Alex City.
Bice Motors.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Hillby Towers is an affordable senior citizen community located at Alexander City on Highway 22 East, where spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living, where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more about Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552, where your family at Hillby Towers. That's 256-329-0552.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. WOTM has you covered with live coverage of all 7 championship games of the Super 7. WOTM is available to all TV providers in Alabama. If WOTM is not currently a part of your channel lineup, call your provider and request that they add WOTM. WOTM, your exclusive TV home for the AHSAA Super 7 basketball, baseball, and softball championships. All live only on WOTM.
Alex City Marines, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, and the Yerkes invite you by to see what they have available today. The 2020 Manitous and Landaus are in, and boy, are they gorgeous. Also, some great deals on demos. Take advantage of that while they last. Alex City Marine also is doing shrink wrapping, storage. Get in line now. In fact, call this number, 256-215-FISH. Alex City Marine, Alex City.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
The Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales in Opelika has the largest selection of prestige cars, trucks, and SUVs in Central and East Alabama, all with financing available, little to no money down, and extended warranties. Get pre-qualified in under 2 minutes, online or from your mobile device at GillsPrestigeOnline.com. It's the Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales, 1430 Gateway Drive in Opelika.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you for about 45 more minutes on this rainy Monday. Rainy days and Mondays, and it's raining on Monday, Brett.
It always gets me down, right?
I'm telling you.
Isn't that what,
Yes.
you know what Karen Carpenter said?
That's what she said.
All right, let's look at some of these comments that are coming in. Jamie said Flanagan has discipline, and what a turnaround for him. Great game, War Eagle. Absolutely. Brent said the national championship games have been played last Monday. The long layover has diminished some of the interest. Nobody paid attention to media day on Saturday going up against the NFL playoffs. Brent's right on that. Outside of the South, I can tell you where the eyes of the nation were. Whether we like to say it or not, the NFL's king everywhere else. So that was not good going up against that. I actually missed it. I totally forgot about it. So
if somebody hadn't sent me a clip of Ed Orgeron saying he doesn't know who Rocky
is.
And Ivan Drago are.
I don't even know who those two guys are. I don't even know who they are. I mean, I figured he wanted to fight Drago. I figured he'd at least know who that was.
I would think so.
Steven said they don't get rattled because they feed off Coach Pearl. That's a good point. Brent said Auburn was ranked number 6 in 1999 going into Coleman Coliseum, but they just lost to Kentucky, and I remember that very well. That was one of only 4 losses that year for that team, and 2 of them were to Kentucky. That was that mental thing again with Auburn. The other 2 losses coming to Ohio State in the Sweet 16, and then a regular season loss to Arkansas up there at
turn around and beat Kentucky the next year with not as good a team.
With Doc Robinson hitting a 3 at the end of the game. Yeah, at home that was big. Jeremy said they would run through a brick wall for him. Talking about Bruce Pearl.
Yeah.
And that's right.
I'd run through a brick wall for Bruce Pearl. I didn't even play for him.
And everybody would. I mean, giving out chicken biscuits before the game. I mean, that guy is, he just knows what's important. He understands that, he's got an aura around him. He's pretty much a celebrity superstar, but man, he is willing to roll his sleeves up, get out there and do whatever it takes to make sure that crowd is where it needs to be to help his team win. He just understands the whole process, man, of the marketing side of things and getting your name out there, and then obviously coming through with a good product on the floor too. He didn't just go out there like Mike Leach and run his mouth and say a bunch of weird stuff. He actually follows through with putting a good product on the floor.
Now that he was at Tennessee for 6 years. This is his 6th year at Auburn.
How about that?
He's now been at Auburn as long as he's been in Tennessee. How about that?
Tennessee years are long forgotten.
Yeah, I mean, really. I used to think of him as Tennessee basketball coach. Now at Auburn. Now he's Auburn's basketball coach that was at Tennessee.
That's exactly right.
But we're also brought to you by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, for
Can you
all
believe
your
he's been there
mortgage needs. Doesn't seem that long, but we appreciate them so much, and Russell Do-It Center for their sponsorship of our program. Hey, if you got mortgage needs, if you need to refinance, interest rates are really good right now. Give them a call at Mortgage Pro. Eric McKinley and his team are always looking out for your best interest. 256-397-0248. Bruce Pearl talking about this Auburn team. He said, I do know, I would imagine if it was on the other side, I would be looking at the target on Auburn's head and say, let's be the first one to beat them. He's saying everybody is giving Auburn their best shot. When you're on the mountaintop, well, that's what happens.
Kentucky gets it every time they show up somewhere.
Absolutely. Right? I'm looking. He said, I'm not looking at anything like that. I was looking at Vanderbilt. I was looking at Georgia. And now I'm looking at Alabama. That's not just coach talk. That's real stuff. I mean, that's the way.
And you can believe him.
Yeah.
You can believe him. It's
well,
not
whether it's true or not, it sounds a little more plausible coming out of his mouth. But we'll just leave it at that. He says, I have to anticipate what's going on in the other locker room. Alabama's going to say it's a rivalry game, but it's also an opportunity to break our streak. We're going to get beat, Pearl said, declared. I would not like to lose. I would like when we do get beat, it's because they took it to us. But that hadn't happened yet. I mean, Auburn's going to lose a game. I mean, it's going to happen. It just, when's it going to be? Alabama's looking at this. It seems to be set up for that kind of thing. I mean, Auburn undefeated. Alabama's gotten so much better, but they really haven't broken through yet.
15-0. The next 4 up, Alabama, Florida, both on the road. You'll be traveling to Gainesville this weekend to watch them. If they lose down there for the first time,
hey, blame me. Yeah.
It's your fault. And then back home for South Carolina, and then Iowa State in that SEC Big 12 challenge. If they get through the 2 road games, obviously Iowa State 8-7, South Carolina 8-7, but South Carolina, Frank Martin coach team, they're gonna play good. Iowa State now having a very good season, but still
got a great player, Halliburton.
They got one of the top supposed NBA draft picks on their team, so they'll be another tough player to deal with. But with that being said, Andy, there is a chance. I mean, you make this little run, the next game after that will be Kentucky coming into Auburn the very first part of February. Could you really maybe look at the possibility of a 20-0 start with Kentucky in the building? What kind of environment is that going to be, and how much is that ticket going to be worth? Let's just talk about that for a second, because you got to, and look, coaches and players, you can't look that far ahead. Look, that's our job on here, to look down the road.
We can, he can.
They can, and they're not going to, but just for banter here.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine?
I looked on StubHub at some tickets, and they were, that weren't standing room only. $270.
Right now.
Yeah.
Wait till this. If they were to make, it's still going to be a tough ticket if Auburn were to lose 3 out of the next 4. But if Auburn were to somehow win these 2 games on the road in very tough environments, it's going to be very tough. If you win 1 or 2, I feel good, like you said. And then you come home where you're going to be heavily favored in 2 games with South Carolina and Iowa State. Man, good Lord. At worst, 19-1 going in that Kentucky game. Possible. That's going to be $500 a ticket, maybe.
Can you imagine?
No, I can. I mean, where are you going? You going to be in the top 5 range?
Yeah. I mean, it's $100 for a standing room only ticket.
It'll be double that for a standing room.
Up against the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
At Mortgage Pro, we won't be able to finance a new car or new boat. We can't open you a checking account. Mortgage Pro specializes in mortgage loans. If you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your current home, the only way to go is Mortgage Pro. We can close in 15 days or less. We can offer the best rates in the mortgage industry, and we can waive appraisal fees on any new loan from September 1st until December 31st. Call Mortgage Pro today.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
I am Lisa McClendon from Country Financial, and I have spent years in our community helping people protect their homes, cars, and lives. I am proud to be a member of the 2018 National Championship Team and a National Advisory Council member for Country Financial. Complete financial security does not end with just insurance. I am also here to help you plan for your financial future.
Together, we can help you set up a step-by-step plan to reach financial security.
Let's talk soon.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control for generations, and now with EnviroCare, you can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs. EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. EnviroCare's Centricon system protects your home year-round. Call the professionals at EnviroCare throughout East Central Alabama for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace. Smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you, taking you up to 1 o'clock today. I'll say one more thing about the Auburn-Georgia game, about the Auburn basketball program. Tom Crean, coach of Georgia, said Auburn is a tremendous team, one of the best in our league, probably one of the best in the country. Any conversation that comes up in the next few months about who could win it all should have Auburn in it.
How many steps does he take in a game?
No,
I mean, he is worn out. They had to replace that part of the floor. I mean, he wore that out in front of the bench. He walks constantly back. He like Lou Holtz used to be at South Carolina, just constantly walking up and down in front of the bench. But Tom Crean, look, man, he's changing the culture of Georgia. Georgia has been in the doldrums for a long time, and now they're turning it around and getting top players like Anthony Edwards and people to buy into their program as well. So this conference is just getting tougher and tougher every year, it seems like, and with the different coaches. And SEC basketball is more than just Kentucky. There's a lot of teams that, Arkansas is coming back up. Obviously, we've seen what Tennessee's been the last few years, and Nate Oates has Alabama on the rise, and Auburn, obviously, where Bruce Pearl's got them is just still unbelievable. So, but yeah, just a great start for this Auburn team. There's nothing else you can say. And I know, Jamie, I mean, that's our job on this show is to kind of talk about the future and kind of see what we're not saying they're going to win every game or anything like that. I'm just saying this is what you look at in the next 4 games. We kind of take them in 4-game increments, and that's fair to look at. That's over the next week and a half of what you're looking at as far as opponents. You got 2 really tough road games. May lose both of them. If they do, all that's a moot issue. But you do get through those games. The 2 at home are South Carolina and Iowa State. Both have 8-7 records. That's all I'm saying. And then you got Kentucky after that.
You want to be 20-0, you got to be 16-0.
If you want to be, that's exactly right.
You got to be 17-0.
We take them one at a time,
too. Got to be 18-0.
That's right. That's right. So, and like you said, you just unrealistic. Think you're gonna win them all. Probably not gonna play good one night. Probably gonna lose against somebody you weren't supposed to lose against. It happens. Ask Kentucky. Ask Duke. Every single year, they got 5-star upon 5-star out there all over the bench and out on the floor, and they still lose games. And so it's hard in basketball. Kentucky made that run. They were 30-0 that year, going in the Final Four and lost to Wisconsin in the semifinal game. I mean, you know, it's just hard to finish like that. You just ain't going to do it. There's just too much. What about San Diego? I know what it was that I remember.
San Diego.
What was San Diego State? The chant.
Cheating, chanting. We won't Auburn.
Has that ever been said by anybody?
I don't think unless they literally did want to play us because they thought it would be easier.
That's right.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
Well, they don't. Talking about a schedule, they have nobody.
Oh no.
So definitely, Auburn has the greater risk of losing the first game before they do. Their schedule's horrendous. They just play Utah State's toughest team on their schedule. They've already played them once. Didn't really have much of a problem with them. And then they got them one more time.
Right.
Not much there.
No, San Diego State's a good basketball team. But,
yeah, it's not taking anything away from them. They just don't play very much.
I thought it was, but it was interesting to see that. And now with the modern technology, everybody gets to see that. An interesting moment, cool moment. Switching attention, national championship game tonight, Brett, LSU and Clemson. We've been talking about this game. For a while, we took a break. We kind of forgot about it. We're back to it. It is tonight.
Are they playing that tonight?
They are playing tonight. This game's been broken
we're only
down.
A couple weeks from spring practice.
I
What
know,
do they do?
Really. This game is going to be broken down. It already has been broken down about 20 different times, 20 different ways. To me, it comes down to if Joe Burrow plays like he has played the month of December, LSU won't lose.
Oh, no.
But, I mean, now, that being said, Brent Venables is an outstanding defensive coordinator. You give him this much time, he will come up with some way, and they've got the athletes at Clemson to make Burrow uncomfortable at times. Can they confuse him at times? Can they steal some possessions here and there? And Clemson's offense is really good enough to take advantage of an LSU defense that's not great. They're really good, but they're not great. So I think LSU, it comes down to the play of Joe Burrow.
Clemson going for their 30th win in a row.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence has never lost. Hard to go against that team, isn't it? But I'm with you. I side with LSU. The competition level, what they've played against versus what Clemson's played against all year, although the last matchups for both teams, although Oklahoma made the playoff, LSU, that was basically a cream puff for them. They had no defense. Clemson was in a bare knuckle brawl.
Yeah.
Against Ohio State and had to really. I mean, Trevor Lawrence took shot after shot to the head and to the body and looked like he was down and out 2 or 3 times. And he comes back in the game. Guy's tough. He's a competitor. They've got a great running game. They've got a good defense. They've got a lot on the line too. I mean, these are just 2 outstanding football teams. They're the best 2 teams in college football this year. And look, the system got it right. You know, I know we debate how many teams need to be in the playoffs and all that, but the best 2 teams in the country have risen to the top and are playing each other tonight in New Orleans. Now, I think Dabo Swinney has whined so much over the last 3 or 4 days that even his players are like, man, come on. because his players were even talking about him complaining about having to practice in the ballroom of that hotel, and he's like, crediting it to the Rocky going over to Russia and fighting Drago. That's how they are. Might as well just played it in Baton Rouge. This is basically what we're doing anyway. He loves to just kind of play that card about how just unfair Clemson's been treated, and not just this game, but that's his mantra. And I think it's all strategic. He knows what he's doing, but I think his players even numb to it now. They're going, all right, coach, come on. Yeah. This is not. We know it's in their backyard, but come on. They had this scheduled to play in New Orleans years ago.
Yeah. Speaking of Lou Holtz, he sounds a lot like Lou Holtz used to.
Yeah.
Poor mouth, the king of poor mouth. Here's one of the stats you need to pay attention to. This is the one of those kind of things that can, turn a game on its head. Turnovers. Clemson, 30 turnovers gained this year. That's number 1 in the country. Or number 2 in the country, number 1 in the ACC. 30 turnovers gained. So they are plus 16 turnovers on the year. That's if LSU is loose with the football, there again, it's all about possessions. I mean, LSU, how many times can you afford to not get them off the field, because they're going to score, and when they score touchdowns. They don't kick a lot of field goals.
They don't kick a lot of field goals.
That's going to be important. We're up against another break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
You already know the power and reliability of a Mahindra tractor. Get ready to meet their ATV and UTV lines. Haul more and tow more. Do more. Reaching speeds up to 60 miles an hour. Models have a 12-inch ground clearance and the ability to haul up to 1,200 pounds. There's a Mahindra utility vehicle and a model specifically to get the job done. Test drive today at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor. Serving Tallapoosa, Coosa, Clay, and Talladega counties. 256-392-3613.
Be the hostess with the mostest this holiday season at Chicken Salad Chick with our easy party catering. Need a quick appetizer? Stop by Chicken Salad Chick and grab a quick chick of any chicken salad flavor or the pimento cheese ball covered with crushed pecans and crispy bacon. Remember, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. For a limited time, our pumpkin cheesecake is back and it's delicious. Chicken Salad Chick can feed any holiday crowd with our custom fit catering. 12 flavors of chicken salad, there's sure to be something for every taste bud.
Tires are important, and when getting a great price on tires, you want to get it right. So make the short drive to Wright's Tire in Sylacauga. Wright's Tire can get you any make or model of tire, and they make the drive worth it with volume pricing. Whether North Tallapoosa, South Talladega, or Coosa County, make the right choice, the right selection, the right service, and the right price. All at Wright's Tire on Fort William Street in Sylacauga. Call for a free quote, 256-245-7778, and get the right price on tires.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Since the dawn of time, mankind has needed tools. But not all tools are created equal. AGF Machine Rental Sales and Service has tools for all commercial construction or big residential projects. AGF Machinery offers the most durable and hardworking brands of ASV, Skyjack, and Wacker Neuson. Aerial lifts, scissor lifts, loaders, excavators, and forest equipment on demand for the best possible price. And backed by the Southeast's best team of professionals. Visit any of our strategic locations across Alabama for all your equipment needs. Or online at agfmachinery.com.
Expect it or not, the loss of a loved one is difficult. Put your family first by planning ahead. This is Joseph Dean, new owner of Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers. We are a full-service funeral home with an on-site crematory and cemetery. Whether your need is immediate or you would like to plan in advance, our experienced, compassionate staff can assist you in designing an enduring memorial experience, burial, or cremation. Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers on Highway 280 in Camp Hill or online, alabamafuneralhomes.com.
Harbor Point Ship Store has everything to make your day on the lake more enjoyable. Come on out to the biggest marina on the water. They have pizza, hot dogs, burgers, and more. Get your gas, groceries, snacks, ice, and everything you need for a fun day on the lake. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned boat? Harbor Point has the best selection around of everyone's favorite Crest pontoons and Four Winds boats. Harbor Point also has a great selection of pre-owned boats. Come on out and take a look at Harbor Point, Marina Point Road in Dadeville. Get to the point.
Hi, I'm Kurt Bowman, General Manager of Vaden Toyota of Sylacauga.
And I'm Coco. Do you owe more on your vehicle than it's worth? Are you stuck with high interest rates? We may be able to help.
If you've made your last 12 consecutive payments on time and would like to get a new vehicle for the same or close to the same payment and save thousands of dollars in interest, you may qualify.
So come by and see us and let us show you the Vaden way.
Vaden Toyota of Sylacauga, located on Highway 280 in Sylacauga.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you for about 2 segments left in today's show. The NFL playoffs, pretty exciting this weekend. 49ers look every bit the dominating team that they looked during the regular season. They take care of the Vikings, not a lot of trouble there. That was the one game that really didn't have much jazz about it. But the Titans go into Baltimore.
Let me say something about this Titans game. Derrick Henry, first of all, man, good
monster.
When you put him in when you put the Titans in a situation to where they can line up and do that, that's what you're gonna get. But even with that 28-12 win, the Ravens went for it 3 times on 4th and 1 or 3rd down and short and didn't get it, and had the ball deep in Titans territory, so they came away with no points there. Lamar Jackson threw 2 picks and fumbled the ball, gave them a cheap score there. The Ravens still in the 4th quarter had the ball deep inside Titans territory trying to put points on the board and couldn't do it. So you take 3 turnovers, 3 times that they didn't get a 4th and 1 or a 3rd and short and didn't convert to move on to at least kick a field goal. Man, even with that, so I'm not diminishing what Tennessee did, but even with that said, they still only beat them by 2 scores.
Well, the Titans the only team I don't know if I've ever seen. Number one, they've gotten outgained in the 2 games they've won. And they hadn't thrown for 100 yards.
Well, Tannehill threw for 80-something yards.
In this world, in this day and age of let's throw it all over the place, they are winning old-fashioned football. I mean, 3 yards and when you got
something that ain't human back there, I mean, when you got a droid back there running through everybody, I mean, that's they don't even look. Have you seen all the memes of him standing next to what's his name? Golly, the other one, Mark Ingram.
Oh,
I mean, it's the meme of them standing out there at the national championship game that year. Mark Ingram came back to be the coin toss guy, and he's standing next to Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry looks like some kind of, I don't know what he looks like.
It's like some kind of Viking.
Well, every meme that went on this weekend, Mark Ingram got smaller and smaller. So by the time today rolled around, they've blown Derrick Henry up to the size of a 10-foot tall guy, and Mark Ingram's standing there with that face looking at him like this, and he looks about this big. He says, "Tell me, Brother Eyes, what's going on?" I mean, Alabama should have been proud. They had 2 really good players, and I mean, they had a lot of players on the field. Auburn had some players on the field in the game, but to win the way they're winning, they're finding ways to get it done. And but the Ravens had to play horrific. They did. And they had not lost a game since September 29th.
You better watch. He better watch out. I mean, it's getting to the point where, he's had a bad game last year, had a bad game this year.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. And it's just he's going to get this reputation we can't win in the playoffs, and so that needs to be corrected pretty quickly if he doesn't want that.
Yeah, it sticks with you pretty fast, and again, they played bad. He didn't play that good, and there's no reason Tennessee should have gone in there. I will say this: they got to go to Kansas City. Kansas City got their one quarter of crap out of the way. I mean, they're not going to go in there. Kansas City ain't going to play like that 2 weeks in a row. And if Tennessee, and I'll stick to what I said last week, if they get down to a team like the Ravens should have played in that game, there's no way they come back because they just don't have the firepower to do it. Now, A.J. Brown's good. Now, I'm not sure Tannehill. This is like when Brad, what's his name, that won the Super Bowl for Tampa Bay. I mean, you look at all the great quarterbacks that don't have Super Bowl rings, and he's got one.
Yeah, Trent Dilfer.
Was it Trent Dilfer that was?
Well, no, he was the Baltimore.
Trent Dilfer, yeah, he won. But that's what it is. He's just kind of like he's just the guy that's been delegated to take the snap from center. Yeah. Hey, just can you get the ball back there to this guy we got behind you and let him run the football and don't throw a pick when we ask you to throw a pass? That's kind of what he is. That's kind of what he's been tabbed.
Yeah, that's true. The Chiefs, winning the bizarre game of the day, they beat the Texans 51-31 after being down 24-0. I don't know what Kansas City was doing at the beginning of this game, but it was just. I mean, they fumbled the ball. They fumbled a punt. They had a punt block, running for a touchdown.
How do you go from getting blown out to blowing somebody out?
I don't know. Quickly.
51-7.
51-7.
After you get down 24-0.
Good grief.
Bill O'Brien should have been fired right after the game. And I know people are like, "What? Hold on a minute. They're in the playoffs. They just won last week." But it's talking about a trend. It's a trend for Bill O'Brien. Last year they got hosed at home by Indianapolis, which shouldn't have happened. This year they go on the road and it's the worst collapse in NFL history. Outside of the same franchise in Houston losing to Buffalo a long time ago. I know the Oilers are now the Titans, but it's still the same city.
Yeah.
That has two of the worst blown leads in playoff history.
Brad Johnson. Thank you, Jeremy.
He was such a highly touted and memorable quarterback. I can't remember his last name, but he's got a Super Bowl ring.
He does at that. The Packers defeat the Seahawks 28-23. Man, some of the throws that Aaron Rodgers was making and Patrick Mahomes was making, I mean, again, I go back to that's the kind of throws Joe Burrow's been making the month of December. If he continues to make those kind of throws, LSU will win tonight. But Packers and the 49ers, Titans and the Chiefs. We got a Super Bowl pick, Kansas City and the Niners.
Okay, the last time the Packers went out and 49ers earlier in the year, they got beat 30-something to 8.
And for some reason, there's something about Aaron Rodgers going back to California. He just does not play well for some reason. I don't know.
He doesn't. I don't know. I think it'll be tough for the Packers to win out there, but you get in these games, you don't know. I mean, San Francisco's shown that they're vulnerable throughout the year, even though they got a really good team. The Packers seem to be playing really good football right now, which that's really what matters more than records do. Obviously, ask Baltimore. It doesn't matter what your record is. The Titans had the worst record of any team in the playoffs, and look where they are now. They're in the AFC Championship game. I'm going to go with the 49ers and Chiefs.
I'm going to go with the Packers and the Chiefs just for nostalgia's sake.
Okay.
That is an old-fashioned Super Bowl right there.
That'd be fun to watch.
And plus, I want to have brats for the Super Bowl party.
You can have brats anyway.
Well, I mean, it has to be a theme. So
with some cheese curds.
Well, why not? A little Wisconsin cheddar. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control for generations, and now with EnviroCare, you can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs. EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. EnviroCare's Centricon system protects your home year-round. Call the professionals at EnviroCare throughout East Central Alabama for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
WOTM, your new home for high school sports in Alabama. WOTM has you covered with live coverage of all 7 championship games of the Super 7. WOTM is available to all TV providers in Alabama. If WOTM is not currently a part of your channel lineup, call your provider and request that they add WOTM. WOTM, your exclusive TV home for the AHSAA Super 7 basketball, baseball, and softball championships. All live only on WOTM.
Hey Realtors, do you know about LMG Ad Agency? We build your brand and help sell your properties or a unique lifestyle so you can focus on your clients. We focus on professional photos, videos, aerial photography and videography, and commercial real estate. We'd love to tell your story. Contact us today at 256-392-4250 or visit our website at lmgadagency.com.
Mortgage Pro is the new standard for mortgage loans. While other banks are taking 45 to 60 days to close a loan, Mortgage Pro is making it happen in less than 15 days. Your mortgage loan goes from start to finish in less than 15 days. Mortgage Pro is able to make this happen by having the most advanced technology and a highly trained staff with over 98 years combined experience. If you're looking to buy a home or refinance your current mortgage, call Mortgage Pro and let our team go to work for you.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz, the final segment on this Monday afternoon.
Where did this show go?
I don't know. It goes by quick. Auburn taking down Georgia over the weekend, 82-60. Another impressive win. Auburn moves up to number 4 in the country. They'll take on Alabama this Wednesday in Tuscaloosa, 8 o'clock on ESPN2. Looking forward to that one. Bruce Pearl says, look, if Auburn makes 3-pointers, we're going to be a very difficult team to play. Auburn made 9 threes against Georgia. You know, this is the difference. When Auburn, only hits 5 threes, like against Mississippi State or against whoever, I mean, they struggle to win, like Vandy. You win by 3, you win by 6, you win by 8. If Auburn's making 9 threes a game,
man, you're blending by 20.
I mean, that's the kind of difference that can make. So Alabama's going, now, will they match them? Bruce said Alabama will probably make more threes in the first 10 minutes than Auburn makes the whole game. Hopefully that won't be the case.
I hope
not.
Because
if it is, Auburn's in trouble, that's for sure. But that's a game certainly we're looking forward to on Wednesday night. National championship game tonight. LSU and Clemson, 2 undefeated teams. Should be a lot of fun down there in New Orleans. It is basically and essentially a home game for LSU. And, I mean, how do you even begin to explain that? The LSU's played in 4 national title games in the last 20 years, and all of them have been in New Orleans.
It's just
all of them.
Man, they just go ahead and they put an asterisk.
And it's
by.
random. I mean, it's not like it. that's crazy.
That is crazy.
That they're 3-1.
Their fans like it.
Yeah, that's true.
Their fans are like, man, 80 miles, brother, from Baton Rouge.
I'm telling you. We get an LSU by 10, Steven says. I saw another one that said LSU by 14, I think. I think everybody,
That's scary. That's scary.
When everybody's picking
and I've got
LSU.
them 38-28, so that's scary. When everybody's on one side, and Clemson, they are playing.
28.
They are playing the poor me. Nobody gives us a chance. Whatever. Even though they're sitting over here at 29-0 in their last 29 games, looking for number 30, looking for another national championship, playing in another playoff national championship game. It seems like they're starting to be the one to punch their ticket every year wherever the game is, like Alabama used to do it. So ain't nobody feeling sorry for Clemson.
No.
And there's a lot of people, he's trying to put up this smoke screen of where the little kid in the corner over here nobody gives a chance to. There ain't nobody buying that. It's just that LSU is playing 80 miles from their home stadium. They are probably the best team this year, most dynamic team offensively in college football. But the last time LSU played in New Orleans, they got shut out. They barely crossed midfield. Now, this is a different team and different mantra and all that kind of stuff. So you can't really compare. But you can get caught up in just riding that point and how bad that LSU beat Oklahoma in that last game and forget what a quality win Clemson had over Ohio State.
That's for sure. On this day, 1974, the Dolphins defeated the Vikings 24-7 to win Super Bowl 8, back-to-back Super Bowl championships for the Dolphins.
How long does that
And
feel
it's
away?
been a while since the last
I was going to say, how long ago does that seem?
Those are some good teams, Don Shula, undefeated in 72 and then backed it up in 73. 1982, on this day, Hank Aaron and Frank Robinson were elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Talk about no-brainers.
Yeah, that one wasn't a tough ballot.
No. 1999, on this day, January 13th, Michael Jordan announced his retirement, his second one, by the way. And this is, if you'll remember back in 1999, they were on strike and it was going to be a shortened season. So the season was about to begin today, in the coming days, and Michael Jordan said, no, I'm not going to play. And then he would, of course, come back with the Wizards, which I just blocked that out. I pretend.
Is that even really?
I pretend it didn't happen.
Did that really even happen? That's kind of. Do you think of Joe Montana in Kansas City uniform? I mean, he did play there for a little.
And he led them to the playoffs.
No, he did, but he didn't win nothing like
he didn't.
He did for San Francisco. I mean.
No. On 2001, on this day, the Atlanta Hawks retired my favorite player growing up, Dominique Wilkins, number 21 jersey. So that goes into our
Your favorite player, Dominique.
Absolutely. Only 3 players in the Atlanta.
He played at Georgia.
He did. Only 3 players have their numbers retired for the Hawks. Happy birthday.
They got a chance, they got a chance to do that again. The University of Georgia, guy making his life over in Atlanta, like Dominique Wilkins, Anthony Edwards, projected to go to the Atlanta Hawks in the first round. Hometown
and
boy.
You could tell. I mean, he didn't have a great game.
Dude, that guy can shoot. Look at his shot.
Yeah, he's
a player, man.
He's physically talented.
You don't have a game where you don't play well, man.
Yeah.
It just, Auburn had a lot to do with that.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. Happy birthday on this day, Robert Stack.
Hold on, I know
one of the great Unsolved Mysteries. Also, Rex Kramer in one of the funniest movies of all time, Airplane. Born on this day, 1919. Charles Nelson Riley from Match Game.
That guy right there.
He was, Born on this day, 1931. Of course, he's passed away. I just like the name Christina von Salsa. Christina von Salsa. Born on this day, 1944. Won 3 gold medals in swimming, 400 meter, 4x100 meter, and 4x100 meter medley. Mark O'Mara, Masters and British Open champion, 1998. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Elaine Marie Bennis on Seinfeld. Happy birthday today, 1961 she was born.
Can't even look at her and take her serious or anything.
Kevin Mitchell, 1989 NL MVP.
He was known for one thing.
reaching up and catching it with his bare
Catch that
hand.
bare hand.
That's what I think every time I see him. Yeah,
That
exactly.
one highlight.
That was great. Penelope Ann Miller in a great movie, Carlito's Way. Patrick Dempsey, Can't Buy Me Love. I think he's on a...
John said, surely you can't be serious. Sure.
Great movie. Great movie.
Oh,
and Orlando Bloom, born on this day, 1977. So happy birthday to all of you out there.
Don't call me Shirley.
And don't call me Shirley. Closer than the experts think, Brett says. So I would think,
Brent.
not this, Brent. I'm sorry, Brent. I would think that's probably pretty.
Well, I said 38-28.
You know, I thought about it today, and I honestly thought 38-27.
Really?
I really
Well, then I'll let you go with that then. There's 1 point off. I couldn't let you have the same scores, man.
No,
I'll let you go 1 point.
But that seems reasonable.
It does.
I mean, I think LSU scores a little bit less than they have been because of the layoff, and I think Clemson's really good. But
you know what that means? Somebody's gonna blow the other one out.
probably Clemson will win 41-6. That's what that means. We're up against the end of the show. Thank you so much for all of you out there joining us for Brett Pritchard. I am Andy Graham. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.